you ever wondered why the wind sometimes feels cooler and stronger at the beach during the night? This fascinating phenomenon is known as a land breeze. In this video, we'll explore what a land breeze is, how it forms, and why it's most noticeable near coastal areas after sunset. Understanding land breezes not only helps us appreciate the wonders of nature, but also gives us insight into how temperature differences between land and sea shape local weather patterns. Let's begin our journey by looking at the basic concept of a land breeze and why it occurs mostly at night. Land breeze is a type of local wind that blows from the land toward the sea, typically during the night. This wind is caused by differences in temperature between the land and the adjacent body of water. At night, the land cools down much faster than the sea, creating a pressure difference. As a result, cooler, denser air from the land moves toward the warmer, less dense air over the water. This movement of air is what we call a land breeze. It's a natural process that helps balance temperatures between land and sea. During the day, the sun heats both the land and the sea, but the land heats up much faster. This causes the air above the land to rise, drawing in cooler air from the sea, which is known as a sea breeze. However, at night, the situation reverses. The land loses heat quickly while the sea retains its warmth for longer. This reversal in temperature causes the wind to change direction, blowing from the land toward the sea, creating a land breeze. This daily cycle of wind direction is a key feature of coastal climates. Reason land cools down more quickly than water lies in their physical properties. Land has a lower specific heat capacity compared to water, meaning it requires less energy to change its temperature. As the sun sets, the land rapidly loses heat, while the sea, with its higher heat capacity, retains warmth for a longer period. This temperature difference is the driving force behind the formation of a land breeze. The cooler air over the land becomes denser and moves toward the sea, replacing the warmer air above the water. Pressure plays a crucial role in the formation of land breezes. As the land cools and the air above it becomes denser, the pressure over the land increases. Meanwhile, the warmer air above the sea is less dense, creating an area of lower pressure. Air naturally moves from areas of high pressure to low pressure, so the denser air from the land flows toward the sea. This movement is what we experience as a land breeze, and it continues until the temperatures between the land and sea start to equalize. Land breezes usually begin after sunset and can last until just before sunrise. The exact timing depends on how quickly the land cools and the sea retains its warmth. In some coastal areas, land breezes can start as early as dusk, while in others, they may not develop until late at night. The strength of the breeze also varies, often being strongest in the early morning hours when the temperature difference between land and sea is greatest. This predictable pattern makes land breezes an important feature of coastal weather. Land breezes are most commonly observed in coastal regions, where there is a significant difference in the heating and cooling rates of land and water. Beaches, bays, and coastal plains are prime locations for experiencing this phenomenon. In tropical and temperate zones, land breezes are especially noticeable due to the pronounced temperature differences between land and sea. However, they can occur anywhere there is a large body of water adjacent to land, including lakes and large rivers. Land breezes play a subtle but important role in shaping local weather conditions. By moving cooler, drier air from the land over the warmer sea, they can influence cloud formation and even affect local temperatures. In some cases, land breezes can help clear fog or reduce humidity near the coast. They also contribute to the daily cycle of winds that many coastal communities rely on for comfortable nighttime temperatures and fresh air. Movement of air caused by land breezes can also impact marine life. As the breeze pushes surface water away from the shore, it can cause upwelling, bringing cooler, nutrient-rich water from deeper layers to the surface. This process supports the growth of plankton and attracts fish and other marine animals, making coastal waters more productive. Fishermen often take advantage of these conditions, as the increased nutrients can lead to better catches during land breeze events. Land breezes have practical implications for people living near the coast. For example, they can provide natural ventilation, making nights more comfortable without the need for air conditioning. Sailors and fishermen often rely on predictable land breezes for navigation and planning their activities. In some regions, these winds are even used to help dry crops or cool buildings. Understanding land breezes can help communities make the most of this natural resource. It's easy to confuse sea breezes and land breezes, but they are actually opposite phenomena. Sea breeze occurs during the day when cooler air from the sea moves inland, while a land breeze happens at night when cooler air from the land moves out to sea. Both are driven by temperature differences, but their timing and direction are reversed. Recognizing the difference between these two types of breezes is key to understanding coastal weather patterns. Science of land breezes involves thermodynamics and atmospheric pressure. As the land cools, the air above it contracts and becomes denser, increasing surface pressure. Over the warmer sea, the air remains less dense and pressure is lower. This pressure gradient causes air to flow from land to sea. The Coriolis effect, caused by Earth rotation, can also influence the direction and strength of the breeze, especially in larger coastal areas. Imagine standing on a beach at night. The land behind you feels cool while the sea ahead seems to hold onto the day's warmth. As the air over the land cools and becomes heavier, it starts to move toward the sea, replacing the lighter, warmer air above the water. This gentle flow of air is the land breeze, and it can often be felt as a refreshing wind blowing out to sea after sunset. At night, the temperature difference between land and sea can be quite dramatic. While the land may cool rapidly to several degrees below the daytime high, the sea often remains relatively warm. This contrast is what fuels the land breeze, as the cooler, denser air over the land seeks to move toward the warmer, less dense air over the water. The greater the temperature difference, the stronger the land breeze will be. Land breezes are typically shallow and don't extend very far out to sea. Most of the time, they reach only a few kilometers from the shore. The strength and reach of a land breeze depend on the size of the temperature difference and the local geography. In some cases, land breezes can be strong enough to influence small boats and coastal navigation, but they rarely affect whether far from the coast. Land breezes can influence cloud formation over the sea. As the cooler, drier air from the land moves over the warmer water, it can cause condensation and the development of low-level clouds or fog. This is especially common in the early morning hours when the temperature difference is greatest. These clouds can sometimes drift back toward the coast, affecting visibility and local weather conditions. Land breezes can have an impact on air quality near the coast. By moving air from the land out to sea, they can help disperse pollutants and improve air quality in coastal cities. However, if there are sources of pollution inland, the breeze can also carry these pollutants over the water, affecting marine environments. The overall effect depends on local sources of pollution and the strength of the breeze. Sailors have long relied on land breezes for nighttime navigation. These predictable winds can help small boats move away from the coast after sunset. Knowing when and where land breezes occur allows sailors to plan their routes and take advantage of favorable winds. In some regions, land breezes are so reliable that they are used for traditional sailing practices and local competitions. Fishermen often take advantage of land breezes to reach fishing grounds offshore. The breeze can make it easier to travel out to sea at night, and the upwelling caused by the wind brings nutrients to the surface, attracting fish. In many coastal communities, the timing of fishing trips is closely linked to the daily cycle of land and sea breezes. In some agricultural regions near the coast, land breezes are used to help dry crops after harvest. The cool, dry air moving from the land can speed up the drying process, reducing the risk of mold or spoilage. Farmers may plan their harvests around the timing of land breezes to take advantage of this natural drying effect. Land breezes are an important part of the local climate in many coastal areas. They help regulate nighttime temperatures, keep the air fresh, and contribute to the overall comfort of coastal living. Over time, the regular pattern of land and sea breezes shapes the unique climate of these regions, making them attractive places to live and visit. Tourists visiting coastal areas often enjoy the cool, refreshing winds brought by land breezes at night. These breezes make evening walks on the beach more pleasant and can help cool down hotel rooms and outdoor spaces. Many coastal resorts promote the comfort of their nighttime climate, thanks in part to the regular occurrence of land breezes. Cooling effect of land breezes can reduce the need for air conditioning in coastal homes and businesses. By providing natural ventilation, these winds help save energy and lower electricity bills. In some regions, architects design buildings to take advantage of land breezes, using windows and vents to maximize airflow during the night. Land breezes can influence the behavior of coastal wildlife. Some animals, such as birds and insects, use the predictable winds to aid in their nightly migrations or feeding patterns. The movement of air can also affect the distribution of scents and sounds, helping animals navigate and communicate more effectively at night. While land breezes are generally gentle, they can contribute to the movement of sand and sediment along the coast. Over time, this can play a small role in shaping beaches and coastal landscapes. Combined with other natural forces, land breezes help maintain the dynamic balance of coastal environments. The movement of air during a land breeze can affect how sound travels near the coast. At night, sounds may carry farther over the water due to the stable, cool air moving from the land. This can make distant noises like boat engines or waves seem louder or clearer than during the day. Land breezes can sometimes contribute to the formation of fog over the sea. As the cool, dry air from the land moves over the warmer, moist sea surface, it can cause condensation, leading to fog. This is most common in the early morning hours and can affect visibility for boats and ships near the coast. Coastal plants are adapted to the regular cycle of land and sea breezes. The cool, dry air brought by land breezes can help reduce moisture on leaves, lowering the risk of fungal diseases. Some plants even rely on the wind to help disperse their seeds or pollen, taking advantage of the nightly breeze. Architects in coastal regions often design buildings to take advantage of land breezes. Features like large windows, open courtyards, and ventilation systems help maximize the cooling effect of the nighttime wind. These design choices not only improve comfort but also reduce the need for artificial cooling. Many coastal festivals and events are scheduled in the evening to take advantage of the cool, comfortable conditions created by land breezes. Whether it's a beach concert, night market, or fireworks display, the predictable wind helps keep crowds comfortable and adds to the festive atmosphere. Understanding land breezes is important for coastal safety. Boaters, swimmers, and beachgoers should be aware of changing wind conditions at night, as the breeze can affect currents and wave patterns. Local authorities often monitor wind patterns to ensure the safety of people enjoying the coast after sunset. Nighttime sports like beach volleyball, running, or even kite flying can be more enjoyable thanks to the cooling effect of land breezes. Athletes and enthusiasts often plan their activities to coincide with the predictable winds, making the most of the comfortable conditions. Coastal night markets often benefit from the refreshing winds brought by land breezes. Vendors and visitors alike enjoy the cool air, which makes shopping and socializing more pleasant. The breeze can also help disperse cooking smells and keep the market area comfortable throughout the night. Land breezes can influence transportation along the coast, especially for small boats and ferries. The predictable nighttime wind can help vessels move away from shore, but it can also create choppy conditions if the breeze is strong. Coastal transportation services often take wind patterns into account when planning schedules and routes. For many people, the gentle wind of a land breeze is the perfect backdrop for nighttime relaxation. Whether it's sitting on a porch, walking along the beach, or enjoying a quiet evening outdoors, the cool air helps create a peaceful and comfortable environment. Nocturnal animals such as bats and owls may use land breezes to help them hunt or navigate at night. The movement of air can carry scents and sounds, making it easier for these animals to find prey or communicate with others. The regular pattern of land breezes is an important part of the nighttime ecosystem. Photographers often take advantage of the clear, cool conditions created by land breezes to capture stunning nighttime images along the coast. The breeze can help reduce humidity and clear the air, resulting in sharper photos of the sea, stars, and coastal landscapes. The fresh, cool air brought by land breezes can have health benefits for people living near the coast. Improved air quality, better sleep, and reduced heat stress are just a few of the advantages. Many people find that the regular cycle of land and sea breezes contributes to their overall well-being. Land breezes indirectly support the coastal economy by benefiting tourism, fishing, and agriculture. The comfortable nighttime climate attracts visitors while the breeze aids fishermen and farmers in their daily work. These combined effects help sustain vibrant coastal communities. In many cultures, the regular cycle of land and sea breezes is woven into local traditions and folklore. Stories, songs, and rituals often celebrate the cooling winds that bring relief after a hot day. These traditions highlight the deep connection between people and the natural rhythms of their environment. Scientists study land breezes to better understand coastal weather patterns and their effects on the environment. Research on land breezes helps improve weather forecasts, supports marine biology, and guides urban planning in coastal regions. Ongoing studies continue to reveal new insights into this fascinating phenomenon. As global temperatures rise, the patterns of land and sea breezes may change. Scientists are monitoring these changes to understand how climate change could affect coastal weather, marine life, and human activities. Adapting to these shifts will be important for the future of coastal communities. Modern technology, such as weather stations and satellite imagery, helps us track and predict land breezes more accurately than ever before. These tools provide valuable information for weather forecasting, navigation, and environmental monitoring, making coastal life safer and more comfortable. Learning about land breezes is an important part of science education, especially for students living near the coast. Understanding how local winds work helps students appreciate the complexity of the natural world and the interconnectedness of weather, climate, and daily life. Land breezes are a remarkable example of how nature balances temperatures between land and sea. They shape local weather, support marine life, influence human activities, and contribute to the unique character of coastal regions. By understanding land breezes, we gain a deeper appreciation for the dynamic interactions that make our planet's climate so fascinating. Whether you live near the coast or just enjoy visiting, the gentle wind of a land breeze is a nightly reminder of the power and beauty of nature.